everybody. I will be presenting first today. So we're going to be talking about research methods. Today, my name is Catherine or Kat. I'm from the Wilmington site, and here we have Mr. Caesar and Ms. Ingrid along my side. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I can hear my echo and it was kind of bothering me. But basically, we're going to be talking about research methods. So basically, for those who are already thinking of college or thinking about different campuses, we're going to be talking about different tools, online tools that you can use to find, basically find more about the school. And you guys can hear me, right? Can you guys hear me? Yay? Yeah, okay, good. Sorry. Okay, so let's, I'm gonna change it now. So the first thing, questions to ask yourself. Sorry, I'm just thinking about. So what type of college or university would you like to attend? So basically, when you're thinking of college, there's a lot of things to think about. So what do you like? When you go to school, do you like that there's a lot of people? When you go to class, do you like that there's a lot of noise? Do you like, you have to think about the weather. There's just a lot of things that you have to think about that maybe no one has maybe told you about. So we're gonna be basically talking more about that. We're gonna basically teach you guys what different things to already start thinking about that maybe you have never even thought about. Because I know for sure when I was in high school, all I thought about was how far it was and where, like, I just wanted to go away from my house. But there's so much more than just that. And then, do they have the major you are looking for? How is the learning environment? So basically, what I have seen a lot right now for seniors is that they're looking at the school and they're just looking at the school for the name of the school. Like, I'm looking at USC, and for all I know, like, USC doesn't even have the major that I'm thinking of doing. But because of its reputation, like, that's the school that I want to go to. And we want to teach you that there's so much more to each school, and each school offers you so much. So don't focus too much on the name, but also focus on, like, you have to look at, do they offer this major? Are they known for this major? Do they have classes that are going to benefit me in my career? Those are things that we're going to basically continue to teach you. And then, how's the campus life? So every single school is very different. They all offer great things, but some may be like more quiet, some may be more social. Some campuses may be smaller. A lot of private schools are smaller campuses. So these are things that we need to start already thinking, especially if you're a junior. These are already things that you should already, like, have a list. Like, hey, like, these are the qualities that I look in a school. This is something that I really enjoy. And then, how's the application process? So each school, so you're gonna apply to UCs, you're gonna apply to CSU, private schools, and many people will apply to community college. And each application process is very different. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then, cost of attendance. So schools have a tuition, and we're going to be talking about how do we find out how much the school costs. So next, so we're going to do an interactive game, and I expect everybody to participate just to basically see who's here. And then after that, I'm going to continue. So this is the this or that. So everybody in the chat, I hope you guys are replying. I know Ms. Ingrid and Caesar will be looking at the chat, making sure everybody's participating. So the first one is, do you prefer summer or winter? So when thinking of a school, you need to think about the weather. Like, if you're thinking of CSU San Francisco, you have to know that it's going to be cold over there, that it's not going to be like here where it's like cold, but it's not really cold. We just exaggerate that it's cold. We wear a big old sweater, but by the end of the day, it's like all hot. And then also, this is something that a lot of people don't think about. You know, when you go to another state, say you want to go out of state school, you need to know that the weather is different. I know for sure, like, someone that went to Pennsylvania, it snowed and it was cool at first, but then it got really, really cold and they weren't used to this weather. So let's see, everybody's saying winter. So you guys like winter? Would you guys go to another state where it snows? I know for sure that's something you need to think about when you're going to college. Somebody said, yeah, okay. So yeah, this is something that I didn't think about. I just thought about, like, I want to go to Norfolk this far. I didn't even know that when it got cold, it didn't snow over there, but it was still cold. Like, for me, like, I love wearing sandals. I love wearing my my chanclas everywhere I go. So when it was cold over there, I could not wear sandals. Like, I needed to wear my fluffy socks. Okay, so next, do you like crowded classroom or do you prefer a small and intimate classroom? So if you look at the crowded classroom, that's like a lecture hall in a school, in a university. I know for sure when I had lecture classes, like it would legit get that packed and everybody was just on their laptop. The people in the front, usually they're the ones paying attention. The people in the back, they're either late. And the small and intimate classes, just know that it's gonna be like the professor is gonna know your name. When you go to a crowded classroom, just know like most likely it's gonna be hard for the professor to know your name when there's like 150 students. So that is something that you need to think about when you're thinking about a campus. Like, okay, do I enjoy a lot of people next to you? Like next to me, I know for sure with COVID, like maybe that isn't like an appropriate picture, but before COVID, like that was a reality of a classroom. And then a small and intimate class is like, you know that you're gonna be able to ask questions, that the professor is gonna actually get to know you in an intimate level. You're gonna be able to go after class versus a big crowded class where it might be intimidating. I personally enjoy crowded classrooms. Like I'm a people person. So if there's more people, I love it. I like getting to know people. But I know there's other people that prefer not talking, just a small class. I just wanna go learn and that's it. I don't want to make friends. And I'm like, I want to be everybody's friend. That's my personality. So next, do you guys think you like office? Would you prefer like an office job or a field job? So hands-on job. I know like there's different majors, but I just kind of try to like make it a little bit something like everybody would understand. So field job. I know for sure like office job, you're in front of your computer, you're making calls, you just have tasks, there's just hands-on, you're constantly moving. So these are just different things, there's different majors in every campus, and that's something that I want you guys to already know. That every single campus has different majors to offer. And then there's some campuses that won't offer your majors, but that's okay. That's why we're here to inform you and to give you the tools so you already know in advance. So when you get to senior year, you're not like, I want to go to UCLA for this and they don't even have this major. Like, no, I want you already to be, okay, I know for sure that these schools that I'm thinking about, they offer the majors that I'm thinking of pursuing. So thank you guys for participating. Everybody's saying, you say not sure. I know when I was in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like, I don't know, maybe nursing, maybe this, maybe this. I had like many ideas of what I thought would be cool or fun, but I turned out to do like the complete different of what I thought I liked. So thank you for participating. Now we're gonna go to the next one. So what type of college or university would you like to attend? So basically, sorry, how do I go back? So what fits your community better? So what fits your situation better, community college or university? So just because you choose community college, it doesn't mean that you're left. I want you guys to know that community college is also good as well. There's many people that choose the community college route, and then in like 2 years later, they end up transferring to their dream college. So I don't want you guys to ever think that community college is less, because I know for sure I had that idea when I was in high school. I was like, heck no, I did not work so hard to go to community college. That was my mentality. But I didn't understand that I was able to transfer. I didn't know that that was an option for me. It was just something that was engraved in me by my peers. But now I'm educated in the area. Or are you thinking of going to university? So maybe you're thinking like, hey, Kat, like I want to go straight into a 4-year university. I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I know what I want to conquer. I want to pursue, and that's okay. So that's those are two different options for you guys: community college and university. So if university, there's private schools and there's public schools. So private schools are the ones that I was telling you that are more small, they're more intimate, such as USC, that's a private school, Pepperdine's a private school. A lot of religious universities are private. And then public schools are like the CSUs and the UCs. So these are like different things that you have to start thinking about as well. So do I want to go to a private school? Do I want to go to a public school? And just so you guys know, like you can apply to both. Don't feel like, oh, I could only apply to public schools when I'm a senior. No, you're able to apply to multiple campuses. A lot of seniors right now, they're applying to both private schools and public schools. And then they're also thinking of like, if they don't end up getting accepted to a school that they wanted, they can apply to community college next semester. So there's so many many options for you guys. And then campus size, small, medium, or large. I would consider CSUN a medium. I don't think it's that. I don't know. I don't know if Caesar can like correct me in the chat. Like, I would personally say it's a medium sized school. I've seen larger, but that's just my personal opinion. So basically, small schools are like you know everybody around you. A large school is like everybody's doing their own thing. Like, you don't really get to meet people because it's just like there's so much constantly happening. So it's all up to you. So what best fits your personality? Like, what do you think would be best for you? I personally feel like I went to a school that made so much sense. Like, in the time I didn't understand, but now it makes sense. You know, it was like a medium school. I got to meet a lot of people. I still have friendships from a university. I love my classrooms. They were big, but I was still able to like talk to so many people from different parts of the world, different parts of the California. So those are just different things to think about. Let me see. He said medium to large. Okay, yeah. So medium, large. Okay, next slide. I know this. So do they have the major you're looking for? How is the learning environment? So like I said, a lot of times we look at schools for the name of it. Like, oh, they're known for, like, they're the best school because everybody talks about it. But in reality, like, do they have the major that you're looking for? That is something that I didn't think about when I was applying to high school, you know? I honestly didn't think about a lot of things. So you guys are going to hear me throughout the year saying, I didn't know this in high school because I genuinely didn't know anything. You know, I was a first generation college student. I had no help as a dreamer. I just had to kind of figure it out myself. So what majors are offered? So everybody, if you know what you're thinking of majoring in, can you put it in the chat? I know for sure at least one person has to know what they're thinking of personally, whether it be engineering, whether it be nursing, whether it be child development, communication. It's funny because today I was washing my hands in the restroom and I was like, dang, I wish I would have minored in communications. Like, super random thought, but I really enjoyed communication. So how is the program? Do they go by semester or quarter? So a lot of questions that I get asked right now as seniors apply to college is like, what's the difference between a CSU and a UC? Like, they don't know. So semester is CSU. So semester is like you guys, you know, you have your first semester and then you have your second semester. And quarter system is faster paced. So are you ready to basically be studying and taking tests as soon as you start school? That's something that you need to think about. And then what type of degree are you looking for? An associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, and then after master's, and then doctoral. So basically, these are different things that we have already been talking about in the past presentations, but you guys need to start thinking more. The ones that I'm really aiming for is also the juniors, you know, these are things that you should already start thinking about. So when you get to senior year, you already know what's the difference between a UC and a CSU. You should already know, because we're teaching you this now. You should already know, like, okay, these are the websites available where I can already start doing my research. I don't have to wait until Ingrid. I meet up with Ingrid next year, basically. Oh, somebody said coding. That's so cool. I could never. I'm like, I'm just a social butterfly. I'm not that. I'm not a numbers person. I'm not no numbers, no science, nothing. Mr. Maximiliano was asking me today, what's my favorite science class? And I'm like, none. I like just talking to people. Okay, so how's the campus life? Location. Do they have programs and activities you're looking for? So basically, like, there's some universities where they don't have a football field. So if you like socializing and you want to go to football games, CSUN is not the place because they do not have a football field. But I've seen a lot of my friends that like go to UCLA and they have like a big like arena and they go to games, and you know, do you like that type of environment? Do you like the location where the school is located? Like I said, let's say you're going to Berkeley. Like, Berkeley's all the way like going towards San Francisco. UC Davis, it's like all the way where San Francisco's at. And if you've been to San Francisco, it's pricey over there. It's cold. There's just a lot of things to consider. And then you could join sororities, fraternities. I know maybe Caesar can talk a little bit more about that as I meet myself, his experience, and a frat.
Hello. Welcome everyone. Again, my name is Caesar. Just real quick, just to touch up what Kat was saying. Yeah, I know everyone doesn't really know what a fraternity sorority is. I'm pretty sure everyone's have heard of it before. But the only time they really hear about this like in movies, and all you see them do is partying. So the best explanation I could really explain for sorority and fraternity, it's pretty much a social club. It's a social nonprofit organization. So I would pretty much compare it to the Boys and Girls Club. I know the Boys and Girls Club is a very social club, but pretty much it's the same thing. All they offer is pretty much networking opportunities, social opportunities, philanthropies, and community service. So if you are planning on joining a fraternity and sorority, just know again it is a social club and it's very beneficial. I was a part of one for about 3 years, I believe, and it helped me in a good amount. It really changed who I was. I came in college after high school as a kind of like a shy, still a little timid kid. But just because the opportunities that it presented to me, it really made me get out of my comfort zone. It really made me get out of my comfort shell, and it really made me socialize. It really put me on the map. It really put me out there. I really knew, like honestly, it made the campus so much smaller because then you meet other people from other fraternities and sororities. So you pretty much you walk around the whole campus pretty much knowing at least like you think you know at least like half the school. So it's really cool. Again, I would really encourage you guys to join if you guys are troubling and socializing or any type of like leadership positions. Again, there is leadership positions available. We do like Sunday meetings every single Sunday where we pretty much talk about everything. There's also athletics involved as well. Both sororities and fraternities do participate in intramurals, which is pretty much playing sports on campus, anywhere from soccer, basketball, ultimate frisbee, stuff like that. So it's super fun. Again, it's not for everyone, but I would really encourage you guys to join. Obviously, the parties can those come whenever, but yeah, another thing is that you do have to pay. Every single fraternity sorority you do have to pay in order to be in it, just because there's a lot of things that they offer you that are obviously not free. When you get to college, nothing in college is free. But again, it depends on whatever fraternity sorority you do become a part of. That's pretty much how they determine how much you will be paying, and it's a monthly payment. Usually, you can pay by semester, yearly, but it will be like a monthly payment. But just know that sororities do really like pay about like twice as much, even 3 times as much as a fraternity. In my fraternity, I was only charged like $110 a month, which may seem a lot, but I mean, when you guys join, you guys will see how beneficial it is. And sororities could pay anywhere from like 150 to like $400. Uh, I don't know, some per month. So it all depends. Not only that, but a huge thing is also networking. Fraternities and sororities is all about networking here at the club. You guys are still young, so you guys don't really like think about networking. But just know that once you go into the real world, just know that nowadays, pretty much, even if you have a degree, you can't really get a job unless you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. So all that is part of networking. Is pretty much who you know. Being in a fraternity, like let's say if I'm applying to a job here and someone here was in the same fraternity as me, automatically I'm going to get in just because, I mean, I wouldn't say automatically I would get in, but I have a really high chance of getting in because they know me and we're part of the same fraternity. So like I said, a lot of fraternity people are actually like CEOs of like big companies, and sororities as well. So just know that networking is a huge part within the social Greek life. And I would, like I said, I definitely encourage you guys to just give it a try or even just look at it when you guys do have club day.
Thank you. Yes. So with that being said, the reason why he gave all the explanations because we're talking about the campus life. Do you see yourself being involved in campus? Maybe you don't have to be in a fraternity or sorority, but maybe you want to be in a club. Honestly, like those are things that you need to think about. Like, am I gonna be someone that's gonna actually be participating in college, or am I just gonna go do what I gotta do and dip out? Because I know for sure my first year, like my first semester actually, I was kind of like, kind of just want to like observe. I just want to see what that atmosphere is like because I didn't really know much about FISA, and I just went because honestly, I don't know why I went. I just did it, and then I ended up loving it. Thank God. But basically, like those are things that you need to think about. Like, okay, like and then also like we were saying, like the weather. I know I keep emphasizing, but like weather is such a big thing to people. Like if it's cold, they're like it's a negative for me. Like I'm not going. And sometimes like even some people don't like the summer, so they're like it's so hot. Like I'm not, see sun over there in the valley, it gets really hot. Like to the point where you stand like I literally would step out of my apartment and I was already sweating. And I don't really sweat. So for me to be sweating and it was like it gets really, really hot. For those that went during the summer, you guys got like a feel of like how hot it really gets. It was like just that was just a small amount of how hot it really does get. So those are just things to think about. You know, it's more than just like looks. Like these are all like factors that really impact people's life. And then I know like some people go out of state, and it's such a like it's like what is the word? Cultural shock. Like they'll go to like schools, they'll go to different state and they'll see like, oh dang, everybody's not like us. Like there's not every school has banda. I know like in my school when I was in high school, it was like people with like instruments. Like you don't see that in other states and stuff. So these are things that you need to already start thinking about. And maybe you're just a freshman, you're just a sophomore, and you're like, cat, I don't really care. But I promise you, like if you start thinking about it, once you get to junior year and then your senior year, it's gonna be so much easier. You're gonna be able to do process of elimination. And I was like, I've been going to one of the high schools, and I've seen like some people have been struggling, you know, because they don't know anything about the schools. But now that we're giving you these like things to think about, you won't be in that position when you're a senior, because now you already know like, oh dang, like there's so much more than just the looks of the school. So yeah, I'm gonna give the microphone to Caesar and then.
All right, hello, welcome everyone again. Thank you, Ms. Kat. Just to touch up on the clubs thing, just know that there's also like a lot of minority clubs too that like help with empowerment. So I know they have like at CSUN, for example, and I'm pretty sure a lot of campuses they have like Chicano oriented clubs, like and they also have African American oriented clubs as well, which is like super dedicated for empowerment for minorities. So I would definitely tell you guys to take a look on those too. If you can go on to the next slide, please. Thank you. But yeah, just know that CSUN again, like she said, it was very hot. But it was like I don't know if anyone's ever lived in the valley, but just know that valley weather is super unstable. So if you guys decide to go to school somewhere in the valley, just know that valley weather is very unstable. Like in the daytime, it would be super, super hot, and then during the nighttime, it would be like cold. So it's like that's how people got sick like really quickly. But yeah, just know that in the valley is most likely going to be really, really hot. So that, again, just choose wisely on where you want to go to school, because again, that will determine not only like your mood, but like just what you want to do. Because sometimes when it would reach up to like 90, 100-degree weather, and I knew that I did not want to go outside whenever it's that hot. Like I did not want to do anything and just stay indoors in my AC all day because it was just super hot. But again, we're going to go on to this next slide real quick. We're going to start talking about californiacolleges.edu. This is pretty much a website where it's free, interactive. It's an online platform that helps students build an informed post-secondary plan. So available for middle school and high school students. And it's also career assessments. It includes career, college, and super major tools such as academic planner, which means what classes should I be taking. And it also has a digital portfolio to track college, career, and financial aid planning activities called My Plan. We will be touching about this more later on with Miss Ingrid. So if you can go on to your next slide, please. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna be talking about, I think you skipped one slide. There we go. So we're going to be talking about getting accepted at college versus actually being accepted or being in college. So as you can see right there, Miss Beyonce knows real quick. Obviously, you know, when you're applying to college, it's going to be super exciting, super interesting when you start getting your letters of, you know, acceptance and rejection. You know, once you get into that school that you really wanted to get to, you know, you're super happy, full of joy. As you can see, Miss Beyonce right there in the left picture, but then you see in the right picture, you actually like see what it actually is to be in college. Just know that there will be times in college where you will feel like that in that right picture right there, but it's not going to be all the time. It's usually going to be mainly during midterms and finals week. That's the time where you're really going to be stressing. But just know it's because most of the kids, you know, as human beings, we procrastinate. We like to, you know, do everything last minute. So just know that you need to study ahead of time. For all those people taking the college classes, you know what I mean. There's a lot of reading. I believe you guys just took a test for the ones that are in child development. But yeah, just know that most of them it's going to be a lot of reading depending on your major, and you will be feeling stressed. But again, we did cover like about 2 weeks ago about how to reduce stress. But again, we're going to talk about how the application process is. So what are the school requirements and acceptance rates and application fees? So one important thing for looking for a school is obviously checking the requirements. What are required for me to apply to that school, and the acceptance rate. So when you Google a school, you can just look, and you can do this on your own time. But when you're looking through schools, it will tell you the acceptance rate, and it will tell you the retention rate. So the acceptance rate is the rate at which they accept percentage of people, and the retention rate is how many people want to come back after their first year. And again, the application fee, question mark, you need to know how much the application fee is. And then again, this is on this asterisk right here, it says always have backup schools. So don't always apply just to one or two schools or just competitive schools. So this is a super, super, super big tip, because everyone likes to apply obviously to the best schools, but no one really thinks about applying to schools that maybe aren't the best, or maybe that are just not schools that are very popular, because of course everyone wants to get to the best schools. But so what happens, like let's say what tragedy happens where you didn't get into any of the best schools you want to apply to, then where are you going to go now? You didn't apply to any other backup schools, so you have no other backup than maybe to apply to community college, which is why we always tell people to have backup schools, because you never know what's going to happen. Again, like something can just, a tragedy can just happen where you just don't get into any of the schools, and then what's going to happen. So like, we always tell people to have those backup schools where schools where you for sure know you're going to get in, just in case if you don't get into the ones you do want to get in, you get into your backup school. So my backup school was actually CSUN, which is a school that I attended to. I applied to all the other schools, and one of my backup schools was CSUN. So yeah, that's why I went to CSUN. But again, like Miss Cat, I actually enjoyed it. I loved being at CSUN, so like it all worked out. But if you can just go on to the next slide. So we're going to talk about cost of attendance real quick. So the total cost of attendance, tuition, room and board. Just know that the total cost of attendance when you are looking at a school will be the tuition. That is obviously the main factor you'll be looking at when you're looking at cost of attendance. Again, you also will have an EFC, which is an estimated family contribution. So when you guys do your FAFSA and stuff, you guys will receive an EFC, which is pretty much how much money your family will contribute to your tuition, and you will subtract that minus obviously the tuition. But a lot of mistake that people think or make is they believe that if you want to, let's say, live on campus, they think that the living cost of campus is including in tuition, and that's not it. So tuition is just how much it costs to attend the school. That does not include the living cost. So let's say you want a doormat school, that's going to be an additional cost, which is obviously your housing fee or housing tuition plus the already tuition that the school has. And then obviously, well, you need to take out loans. So again, this is obviously the next factor. If you don't have enough money, let's say FAFSA doesn't cover all the money, or you don't have enough money to cover tuition or housing tuition, just know that there are different types of loans right here. So you will be having subsidized and unsubsidized loans. So on the next slide, I will be explaining exactly what these two things are. So we can just go on to the next slide real quick. So we're going to talk about subsidized and unsubsidized loans. So exactly what is a loan? A loan is money, property, or other material goods given to another party in exchange for future repayment of the loan value amount with interest. So an example would be a subsidized loan, which is our loans that I encourage you guys go for. They are loans for undergraduate students with financial need, as determined by your cost of attendance minus your EFC, which is expected family contribution, and other financial aid such as grant or scholarships. So you can take out these loans. Just know that the main difference between subsidized and unsubsidized is that you begin to get charged interest rate 6 months after you graduate. So you do not have to pay any of that back within the time frame that you're going to school. You start beginning to pay the interest 6 months after you graduate. And then an unsubsidized loan are loans for both undergraduate and graduate students that are not based on financial need. So your eligibility is determined by your cost of attendance minus other financial aid, such as grants or scholarships. And again, so the interest charge during it's going to be during in school. So the interest starts to build up while you are in school, deferment and grace periods. So again, the main difference is, again, unsubsidized. The interest rate starts to build up while you are in school, as opposed to subsidized, where you have 6 months after you graduate and then the interest rate starts to kick in. So if you can go on to the next slide. And then right here, just helpful links for students. Again, I know it's kind of hard to see, but I think it's HTTP College Board, which is you can check your schools, you can check the campuses, reviews and stuff like that. I think they have Big Future here, College Board. You have, I think, Niche also, which is you can also look at medians, campuses, and schools. But we're gonna go on real quick with Miss Ingrid, and she will talk more about that. Pretty much all the links and all the important websites you guys do need to know for you for go to college and stuff like that. So I'll give the floor to Miss Ingrid.
Okay, thank you, Caesar. Sorry, technical difficulties. Yes, I'll be going over the websites. We've already gone over California Career Zone, so I'm not going to go over that one today, but if anybody does request it, I'll definitely take a look at it. But I did want to show you guys the multiple resources you have alone through College Board. Ms. Kat will be making those links available, so if you want to follow along on your own or just save them for, future use. And let me go ahead and share my screen actually to start going over those websites. So College Board was one of them. Who here really quick can tell me what we discussed College Board before? What did we talk about College Board, the website, maybe about 2 weeks ago? Can anybody tell me? See who was here, who was paying attention. Somebody, anybody. So I'm gonna repeat the question. So we talked about College Board about 2 weeks ago when you were getting ready to take the PSAT. So I kind of gave the answer out. So does anybody want to tell me what College Board, what we talked about College Board last time? All right, well, since I gave the answer, so we remember we came here to kind of prep for the PSAT, what to get more information regarding the PSAT, but that's not all that's here. Here you can, get resources on the SAT, the PSAT. If you have any AP classes, this is where you'll be able to access your AP scores, AP information, and then there's Big Future, which is one of the websites that were discussed. Ms. Kat dropped the link. And Big Future helps you a lot with your college search. It has, as you see here, scholarship opportunities, scholarship search, and majors and careers. So remember, we talked about California Career Zone. That was one of the ones where, you were able to take an interest inventory for your personality, your assessment, see what careers, based on how you answer your questions, what careers fit your interests, your likes, your needs. And then we also, searched up some careers. So now with Big Future, so this is College Board, you can access Big Future through College Board, or I already have the Big Futures tab here open. So here, these are the, this is where the research part comes into it. So let's get started. Know yourself, building a support network outside the classroom, inside the classroom, what to do, resources. Then you have, let's find colleges, college overview, find colleges overview, college 101, finding your college fit, campus life, academic life, visiting guide for campuses when it's time for you to visit these colleges, college search, comparing colleges. You could explore careers, career finder, major and career finder, and you have a tab here where it says paying for college. So this is oops, sorry, my screen just went blank. Give me a quick second. Okay, here we go. Paying for colleges, pay for college overview, financial aid 101, college costs, grants and scholarships, paying your share, financial aid awards. So a lot of what we kind of teach you guys through these workshops, you can find it directly on here or find it, find additional information. And get in. So how to get in, your high school record, testing. Right now we know that for at least the current class, they're not requiring testing, how to make a decision if you apply to a college that conducts interviews, how to prepare for those, how to write those essays for each of these colleges. So let's start right now with researching colleges. So I'm here, Big Future, this is the main page. So let's search for college. So you could search by location, major, or more. Or if you already have a school in mind, you could definitely just look it up by the school. But let's go to a search for colleges. So if like we were talking, do you know, you could literally narrow down what would be the best fit for you, saying that it says here, find the right college for you based on your needs and your wants. So location, let's click on that. So I want to, throughout the US, how far from my zip code or outside the US. Let's say I want to go, my zip code, I don't live in Wilmington, but we'll use Wilmington. How far am I willing to go from Wilmington? Walking distance, short drive, moderate drive, long drive, short flight. So I think, let's say a long drive. That's how far I'm willing to go. Again, you could adjust this to your needs. So it gives you 189 colleges within 200 miles from Wilmington or whatever, if you're in San Pedro, or if you're in another city. It'll give you the colleges. Now let's go back. Let's talk about, let's research, sorry. Major. So I want to know what schools, I want to study. Someone give me a major in the chat. Somebody, anybody, unmute yourself. Just throw out a major. All right, then I'm going to just randomly pick on someone, and I'm looking at Erica Camarena. Can you please give me any major? Okay, thank you, Matthew. Computer science. So I want to study computer science. You could choose more than one, but let's just say in this case, computer science. So it found 970 colleges that offer computer science. And then, you can go and look through all of them. They're in alphabetical order. Now, if you want to know, okay, now I want to know, let's say computer science, right? Let's see, location. I want to know which ones are in the United States because I'm not willing to go outside. Let's see, California, and I'm willing to go as far as maybe Arizona and maybe Nevada. Okay, just 3. Show colleges. So now from the 900, now it narrowed it down to 108. And again, they're all in alphabetical. These are not, well, no, they're not in alphabetical order. But, they're filtered by graduation rate. So the first ones has the highest graduation rate. And you can look at it that way. Now, if I'm not picky about the location, let's maybe affordability. I want a college, the higher the percent met by college, the less you need to pay. So I want a college that will cover up to 75%, because, let's say 90. That's probably going to be very limited, but, this is how you narrow it down and you find that perfect fit for you. I want to see colleges that offer fee waivers or it's free to apply. So I'm going to offer those. And let's see, let's show colleges. It might be a lot, the more specific you are, the less options you have. But I mean, here I still have 85 options to choose from. Now, let's say maybe affordability is not so much of a thing just now, but let's see, I want to know about the type of college that it is. A 4-year, and I want to maybe that they're public. And then if you have a special mission, you can. So let's say in this case, I'm a woman. I want to know all women colleges that might offer computer science. Sorry, I forgot. So there's no colleges. See, so if you get very specific, you might not find it. But let's say, okay, now let's say 4 years, and I want, let's see, private. I want to go the private route because I heard that they're more expensive, but they have more money to give. So let's see. Now I have 425 options for all these schools. Now, when it goes to affordability, I can see, okay, out of all these 425, which ones will cover me about 90% of, the cost of going there. There's still 79 options. That's still a lot. For the most part, students tend to apply anywhere between 4 to 12 colleges. And on average, there's some that go above and beyond and apply to like 20, 30, 40. I don't think I've ever met, not 20, 30, 40, just kidding. 20 has been the most I've ever seen a student apply. I don't think I haven't met anybody that's applied to 79. But, you have 79 options, and those are, that's still a lot of options. Now let's see if you're, Let's see, campus life. I want a small school. I thrive in small environments, so I'm willing to do 3,000 to 9,000. Your average high school has about 2,000 students, so as anywhere from like a high school size campus to maybe up to 9,000. You could settings, located in cities, a small city, in large towns or residential areas near cities, or rural, more like in the farm or in the wilderness, more in like out in the boonies. Let's see, am I interested in any school that, like I want to go to a school that offers football? Do I want to go to a school that, maybe I have a disability and I want to make sure that that school that I'm interested can fit my needs or help me with the needs that I may have, that additional support. In this case, I'm just going to say, let's go to a smaller campus. Now from the 400 or I think it was 400 I had, or now it's 102. That's still a lot of options. These are smaller size. And if you notice, every school will give you a little summary. So it's a 4-year, it's a private, it's about a median, it's in an urban area. 96% of the students that go there graduate. That's very, very high. And 27,000 average per year after 8. So meaning that's about how much students have to come out of pocket. And the SAT scores, again, I don't know if this is updated to now, because as Cal States and UCs are not asking for SAT scores, but private schools can still require those test scores. So the average SAT score for Brown University is anywhere from 1440 to 1570. That's the average, not necessarily that you have to score, that amount, but, based on the lowest scores you receive and the highest, this is, the average. Let's see. So, this is how you can search for your college. Now, let's say I don't want to research colleges just yet, but I want to learn more about career opportunities. So let's go to Big Future, the main page. And I don't want to go to college. I mean, I do want to go to college, but I wanted to search for careers. Sorry, let me go back if I can. Sorry. Okay, let me see. What if I go here? Majors and careers. So exploring careers, Career Finder or Major and Career Search. This is where I'm at right now, but let's say Career Finder. I know maybe what I want to do, so start exploring. Oh, it's going to make me sign in. So if you have an account, I don't have an account, or I do, but I don't know the info off the top of my head. If you have an account, you'll be able to log in, because as you're creating, they'll kind of say what you're interested in. So anytime there's any opportunities, anything that matches your interest, they'll send you information for you to log on. But let's go back then, to here. So let's see, I'm interested in working in health and medicine. So these are the career categories that they have. Let's say I'm also interested in public and social services, and these are some of the careers categories that they have on there. So let's see. Select interests. I am interested in helping others find careers. So there's no matches. Wow, this isn't supposed to be happening. Sorry, guys. The thing popped up. Let's see, working with children. Let's see, hopefully something pops up. Okay, seems like maybe their website is not working at the moment, but okay. Career options, keywords, health. Go. So you have all these options. You have 4,000 options that pop up. Health Services Administration, college degree programs, public health college degree programs, behavioral. You could go through all of it and see all the careers, all the majors that fall within health. If you want to be more specific, then you would add more words to your search. One thing that I did want to show before it ends, because I am keeping track of time, is paying for college. So let's look at scholarships, grants and scholarships. So it gives you information on the basics of grants and scholarships. You can search for scholarships here, scholarship opportunities from the College Board. This is something that all of you should be taking advantage of, because you're literally being entered into scholarship raffles with just doing things that you could do with us during a case management session, a quick 30-minute session. You can earn opportunities to earn up to $40,000 scholarships by completing simple college planning steps that you're already doing. This program is open to high school juniors. So if you're currently a junior, definitely start taking advantage of this, and seniors. So, you know, our seniors, and it does not require an essay, application, or minimum GPA. How much easier could this possibly be? So let's, hopefully it doesn't make me log in. Okay, so these are the steps you need to complete down here. It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. So for every step you complete, again, the sooner you start, juniors, let's start now, because I've had some seniors start, but based on, you know, based on the timing, they eliminated themselves from maybe like 2 of these scholarship opportunities. So it says complete these 6 college planning steps for 6 separate chances at $500. When you finish all 6, you'll be entered into a drawing for $40,000 scholarship, but you can still earn money if you don't complete them all. So let's build your college list. Once you build that college list, I hope all of you created your account after we had that PSAT workshop. That's where you'll be getting your scores. You know, once you create your college list, boom, you're put into a, and it says closed because that's for class of 22. My juniors are class of 23. So, you know, you'll put into a raffle, you'll be randomly selected. Students will be randomly selected, and if they pull out your name, guess what? You just earned $500. Practice for the SAT. So remember, linking your accounts, linking your College Board with Khan Academy, so they could keep track of that practice that you've been doing. Explore scholarships, and you can watch videos to see how to complete each of these steps. Strengthen your college list. So it's like, okay, you build your college list. Maybe you have about 20 colleges there. Now let's be more concise and really pick options that you are considering. Let's not just have all these random colleges. You've looked into these, you've seen that maybe you had considered UCLA for business, but then you realize, oh, UCLA doesn't offer business. So let me take UCLA out of my list and add or just keep the schools that actually, you know, do have that major. Complete your FAFSA. Once you complete it, I believe everything is linked with your social security number. But I know if you're an undocumented student, you don't have a social security number, but they say even then, if you complete the California GMAC, they'll complete this. All of this is tied because once you create your account, it's going to ask you what's your high school, your name, all your personal information. So they'll link that, and they'll be able to see if you completed your financial aid application. And then once you're senior, you apply to colleges, and you let them know you apply to colleges. Boom. Enter another raffle, and then if you complete all 6 steps, you're entered into that final $40,000 scholarship. And this is true, people have won. You know, there's a video here that I want to show you really quick. You know, it shows you the past winners. And these are the winners that won the $40,000. But let's watch a quick video to conclude today's presentation, just so you can see that this is real. I'm not making anything up. Please let me know if you can hear it. Let me see. Share. Okay. Let me know if you can hear it.
Everyone's path to college is unique. Some are filled with twists and turns. Some start in unexpected places. And some go further than ever seemed possible. Each journey is different, but there are steps every student should take. So we created the College Board Opportunity Scholarships, a program open to every student that guides you through the college planning process and gives you an opportunity to earn scholarships for every step you take. Complete them all and you can earn the biggest reward, a $40,000 scholarship. Okay, so what are the steps? Step 1, build your college list. It'll change along the way, but it's important to start exploring. So just jump in. Step 2, practice for the SAT on Khan Academy. Practice is something you already know how to do, and Khan Academy makes it easy. Step 3, explore scholarships. Discover opportunities that are perfect for you. You might be surprised by what else is out there. Step 4, strengthen your college list. A balanced list with a variety of options gives you the best chance to find the right one for you. Step 5, complete the FAFSA. There are millions of students every year who are eligible for financial aid, but just don't complete their application. It's only about an hour of work, and at the end of it, you could get thousands to help pay for college. Step 6, apply to colleges. Because after all your hard work, an amazing opportunity could be just around the corner. The College Board Opportunity Scholarships. Learn more at cb.org/opportunity.
Alrighty, so there's that. So, please make sure that, keeping in mind that it's already a little past 6, please make sure that you're, if you're interested in any of this, if you want to learn more, you are setting up these case management appointments. Okay, there you go. You're making these case management appointments. We could complete, each of the steps along the year, just to get you that chance to $40,000. I mean, if I don't have to write an essay, if all I have to do is things that I'm already being asked to do, in the program, why not, go for that money? So if are there any questions, comments, concerns? I hope you guys, like I said, are reaching out to your case managers and taking advantage of this. All this information is just to help you prepare for senior year, so that come senior year, you are more sure, I guess. I can't, sorry, the word escaped my mind, but you're not starting from scratch senior year to trying to do all this research. So you're doing it now. So come senior year, you're like, okay, I already know what UCs I'm applying to, what Cal States I'm applying to, what major I want to do. Let's go ahead and get started, and we're not stressing out trying to figure out what you even want to do. But with that, I will end today's presentation. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, stay on. If not, thank you and see you.
Thank you.